to my channel. My name is Yaji, like yay, G. And today I have like workout slash training gloves that I want to review for you. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Also, if you're new here, welcome. I'd love it if you could subscribe and like my channel because that would mean so much to me. So I'm one of those girls that like to train in the gym but don't like to get calluses on my hand. That's just something that bothers me. I just don't like calluses. I like my hands to be soft because I'm a girl. I know some people don't care, but I'm just one of those. So I always wear gloves when I train. So over the years, I've kind of like picked up a lot of brands here and there and tried things out. And what I've kind of been left with are a pair from like Adidas, Nike, and then a pair that I bought from Amazon. But I'll also be talking about Lululemon gloves that I had previously and now I lost them. But I mean, they weren't that good, so yeah. So to start off, I want to talk about these Adidas gloves, and these are called the Prime Knit training gloves. The thing about like Adidas and Nike and those bigger brands is that they always come out with new products, and so the exact pair is not available on the website, but there are something similar that you can still pick up. So these I picked up because they were like Prime Knit, and I've never had gloves that kind of like knitted at the top. So it's like this like fake leather, vegan leather I want to say, on the palm area. On the back of the hand, it's like knitted material. I mean, the name says Prime Knit, so that's what it is. With a lot of these gloves, I kind of tend to have like a love-hate relationship with them. I wear them because I want to prevent calluses, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I enjoy wearing them. For these specific gloves, there are like ridges, I want to say, not silicone, but it's like fake leather, like multiple layers they kind of added and they just kind of stuck it together kind of feeling. I don't know how else to describe it, but that's just kind of the feeling I got, and they're just kind of sticking out and they're like a little bit raised. So that kind of prevents the calluses because it is raised. You know, there's some cushion where you won't get calluses on your palms where you normally would. The problem I have with most brands is that all the gloves, even if I buy the smallest size, are too big on me. So I feel like my hands are a bit small, or like they're normal, but they're like on the smaller side. So sometimes I just wish brands could bring out like an extra small instead of just regular like small, medium, large, you know? Especially with this knitted material, over time it does stretch. And so it just gets bigger and bigger, whereas I need something tighter just to give a little bit like more compression on the hands, so that when I do like pull something or lift something, I can actually grip properly. So what happens is like when I clench my fist, all this fabric kind of just bunches at the bottom, and that's how big it is. So my hand, like the circumference of my palm area is like 7 inches. So I don't really know if that's considered like small or extra small, but all the brands that offer small are kind of too big on me. So when I lift like a 5-pound weight, I mean, it's not a, you know, it's not really a big deal. I can, you know, grip it well and stuff, but because the fabric still like clenches, as I mentioned before, it's still uncomfortable and it doesn't feel as like secure. I do like this like fake vegan leather type of texture because it is kind of like grippy, and so nothing will like slip when you grab onto something. It'll tend to just stay, you know, and not like move around, which I like. But like I said before, because it's still big, it's not a very comfortable feeling, and I just feel like they could have made a smaller size. Also, the wrist area is very loose on me, so look at this. It's like super loose. So it really just feels like it's more for like anti-slip versus anti-callus in my opinion. But for me, like I said, my objective is like anti-callus. So sometimes what happens is like this also like slides down because it's kind of big, but my callus area is actually like right up here above the little ridges. So yeah, I have to like play around with it when I'm at the gym. And because it's a knitted material, sometimes in the summer it can get hot. So normally I would wear this like, you know, if there's like AC or if there's like a cooler gym, or like even in the winter time, this is more appropriate. The new design from Adidas is actually like completely different. So the palm area is still this like non-slippy material, like that fake leather material, but the back of the hand is not the knitted material. It's more like, not cottony per se, but it's a different like fabric than the knitted material. So maybe that will give a little bit more room to breathe, and it won't be as like heavy feeling, because Sometimes because it is knitted, it gets hot and so it gets sweaty and it just not a very comfortable feeling, and then on top of that, it's big on me. But the newer version also has the Velcro around your wrist so you can tighten it. I've noticed though, the new version doesn't have any like padding where the calluses are. So in my mind, it's more geared towards like people that sweat a lot maybe and don't want anything slipping, versus me, where I'm looking for more like protection and anti-callus. Next, I have these Nike training gloves, and comparing them to the Adidas ones, well, first of all, Nike made it so that you can like adjust it according to your size because of this Velcro material, which in my case, because my hands are a little bit on the smaller side, it does help because then it tightens your wrist area. So even if the palm area is slightly bigger, it kind of compensates for it. But comparing it to the Adidas, well, the leather is like, well, fake leather I should say, is like smoother. It doesn't have any design as the Adidas. So you know how the Adidas had like this little like round circular designs on the palm? Nike doesn't, and so it doesn't help with like anti-slipping. It's just one fabric material. And on the palm, it's like a different fabric. It's like mesh, so I guess it's like for ventilation if you get hot in there. So compared to the Adidas, this is definitely like cooler, so you won't get as hot. And if you're one of those that your hands get sweaty, this type of material might be better because the knitted is just a little bit heavy. But the thing about these Nike ones is that there's no like padding in a way, like or something raised or anything silicone-y where the calluses go. So it's literally just one fabric. So that was kind of the thing I was bummed about. This also has like little like holes on the palm area for ventilation, but I honestly didn't feel like it made any difference whatsoever. In terms of like protecting me, I think I would prefer the Adidas than the Nike. When I also pick up a 5-pound weight, there is like a little bit of fabric like bunching on the side. It's hard to tell over the camera because it's so small, but I can actually pinch the fabric. That's how loose it is, and it does slip easier. Let's say I'm trying to grab a dumbbell, but if you don't grip it right, there is like that issue of slipping because it kind of slides, as you can see. It's not as like grippy as the Adidas. The newer version of the Nike gloves on the website, however, looks completely different. Like the fabric on the palm is not like this fake leather. It's a different type of material that it's a bit stiffer, so I feel like that will kind of give it like a grippy feeling. And from the looks of it, it seems as if there is a little bit of padding. So similar with these gloves, it's like the same material, but maybe they added like a double or triple layer around the areas where your calluses can form, but it's still one material. So I haven't tried it, so I can't say how effective it is against anti-callus, but it looks better than this older version for sure. Next, I have this pair from a brand called Harbinger. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I picked it up on Amazon. It had a bunch of reviews and it was decently priced, so I was like, oh great, like it must be good. And I must say, compared to the Adidas and the Nike, I actually prefer these Amazon version because it's just much lighter. It also has like the Velcro for your wrist, and it does have a little bit of padding, so even if it's like this one fake vegan leather material where the calluses are, it's slightly raised. It's as if they added like a cushiony feel to it. So compared to like the Adidas in terms of anti-callus, I think Adidas still does a better job, but because of the overall fit of it is nicer, I feel like the Amazon gloves are better. The callus prevention is alright. I mean, I do sometimes get calluses still because of the cushiony material, and it's not like there isn't anything like solid to cover it, whether it's like silicone or whether it's like some sort of bar they added. There's nothing like that. But because the size is like smaller and you are able to adjust it, it just feels a little bit better in terms when you're gripping it. It just gives me a little bit more flexibility when I'm trying to do things and grab things. Because if the gloves are big, then it just kind of feels weird doing stuff and holding it, right? So in my opinion, the tighter the fit the glove is to your hand, the better feeling it's gonna give you overall. So this fake leather also has kind of a little bit of a slip material. So if you're looking for like anti-slip, I don't think this is the glove for you because like I said, it's just one fabric and it's just very cushiony feeling, but it's not as bad as the Nike ones I just shared with you. This has like an open back of the hand, which I prefer actually because I think that kind of like helps without getting too sweaty in here, where if it's like fully covered, and it's like fake leather, and you know, it just kind of gets sticky in there and it kind of feels gross overall. But because of the open design, it's not as bad as other gloves. The material of the back of the hand is also a different type of material. It's mesh and it's quite like stretchy as well. In terms of functionality, I feel like this Amazon brand did a better job than both the Adidas and the Nike, just because I feel like the fit is slightly better, although I wish they added something more solid where the calluses are. Lastly, I want to talk about the Lululemon gloves. I don't have it with me, but I'll insert a picture right here to show you what I mean. I had something similar to that, but I just lost it over the years. Lululemon ones are actually ones that I would not recommend, just because I really don't see the purpose of it. So the palm area, the fabric, is just one piece of fabric. There's nothing to prevent you from getting calluses. Thankfully, the palm area is not vegan leather because that helps you from getting too hot, but it's like a different like fabric. So I feel like the Lululemon gloves are more geared towards those that want like an anti-slip. Maybe your hands get sweaty and you just need something to protect your hands or cover your hands. I think that's more the purpose of it, although on the website it says it's meant to like protect your hands. So I don't really know what they mean by protection because there's nothing like, you know, to cover the calluses area. The fabric of the Lululemon is also very thin. For me, it was like, well, if the fabric is thin, like where does the protection come in? Right? It also has like the Velcro to tighten it, but for me the biggest thing was like the sizing. They don't have like small, medium, large. They do like small, medium, large. So if you only have two sizes, not many people are gonna find that satisfactory. I think they could have done like small, medium, large, or even like extra small all the way to extra large, you know, just to give more variety. So for me, Lululemon wasn't the best option. The gloves do have like an open back as well, similar to the Amazon design. But I mean, if you compare the price of Amazon versus Lululemon, I feel like, go with the Amazon, you know? So because of all those reasons, Lululemon didn't work out for me. So with all the gloves I tend to like purchase, I always get like the half sleeve because I don't need like my fingers covered. It's just too much in my opinion. And the less coverage it has, the more you feel when you grab things, right? So that was just my personal preference, like fingerless gloves. So for me, I think one of the things that I look for in gloves is padding across the calluses because like I said, that is my purpose and objective. And if a glove doesn't do those functions, then I feel like, what is the point of wearing gloves to me? So there's so many different gloves on the market, especially on the Amazon. You can go and scroll through a bunch of them. I think it's just a matter of what you want in a glove, like what are you looking for? So for me, I'm looking for anti-callus. So if that's the case, then I need to look for something that's padded, but you also need to make sure it's padded enough and it's not like cushiony, like this type of glove where I picked up from Amazon, because if it's cushiony and it feels like there's air inside, then it really doesn't do anything much. Like one of the things I'm bummed about gloves, just overall over the years that I've gone through like so many pairs, is that none of them are washable because of the fake leather or some sort of thing. It's like if you wash it, then the leather just kind of frays. And the thing is, it's like you're touching things at the gym, and especially right now with COVID, like, you know, you want to be able to like clean your gloves, wash your gloves, but it's kind of hard to do because once you put it in the washing machine, it kind of just like, it's useless pretty much. And so it's like, how do you keep your gloves sanitary and clean? Like, do you spray something on it like Febreze? But that only takes away the smell. It doesn't take away the germs and stuff. I mean, I guess you could spray like a multi-purpose like spray, but you know, it's a different feeling versus like spraying something and actually being able to wash something. So it's the same concept as like, oh, you're using a hand sanitizer. Yeah, it's gonna kill the germs, but the dirt's still gonna be there, right? Whereas if you actually wash your hands with soap, that gets rid of everything. So for me, like, I still haven't found a glove that you can actually wash and keep the shape and form of the glove and still be able to use it again. So I buy a pair of gloves, I wear them for like a couple months, and then I have to go and buy another pair of gloves because it gets so stinky and just yucky and overall gross. None of these gloves are perfect. I'm still on the hunt to find the perfect glove, but I hope this video was kind of informative in a way and help you like understand what you should look for in a glove. Personally, a workout glove is like a necessity for me. It's one of those accessories that I need to take to the gym every day. So when you do search for a pair of gloves, make sure that you know exactly what you want in a glove and try to find something that accomplishes that. And of course, just remember, there's no perfect glove out there, so even if you don't find one that's like perfect for you, you can use it for a little bit and then move on to a different glove or something. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my short review of workout gloves and what to look for in workout gloves. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and ring my bell, and I'll see you guys next time in a new